Good morning, everybody. Welcome back to another packing house video. We're gonna have a few of these this winter. So those of you who have been watching our channel for a little while, you guys know that we spend the entire winter bagging potatoes. Unlike some other farmers, they have the winters off. We do not, unfortunately. We also find it pretty hard to get any of our equipment maintenance done or anything done because we're spending the whole winter bagging potatoes. And it is December 9th today. And today it was like negative 15 degrees Fahrenheit. So very cold winter already. And I'm in bibs this morning. Dave's in bibs, Ray's in bibs. But it's not too bad in the packing house. We keep the packing house around, I want to say like 60 degrees. What do we got here? Well, we got the door open, so 52 right now. But we're getting this market basket load ready to go. Dave's going to be taking that today, and we're going to be working on yellows today. So I haven't shown you guys any of the yellows at all, really. So I'm going to try and show you guys a little bit because we really only have like 2 loads of these left. We did not plant as many yellows as we did the year before. So less loads. We're just getting those done, getting them out of the way this year. And then we have whites. So our loads to market basket are 20 pallets of 40. And that is 800 masters. And then there's 10 5-pound bags in each master. So we're going to be working on yellows today. Once we get things up and going, I'm going to show you guys storage. I'm going to show you guys shoveling. I'm going to show you guys the inside of the potatoes and the difference between the whites and yellows. And yeah, we're going to have a good day in the packing house. So I'll be back. A lot of moving parts this morning. We got a bunch of deliveries going out. Hi. Oh, everybody's all smiles today, so that's good. We're going to start the day in a good mood. Let's hope that it ends up that way. Oh. No promises. In the last packing video you guys saw, it was very hectic. That was like the beginning of our Thanksgiving rush, and that was a little while ago. But yeah, we're all done with that, thank goodness. Things haven't really slowed down that much. We had the week of Thanksgiving. That was kind of slow because we had broken parts for the combine, so those guys were forced to do nothing for a day or two, which is not that common. But yeah, we're back doing like 4 or 5 loads a week. I mentioned that it's really cold today, and Dave is out there working on his truck, getting it going, and it's just cold. Shane's truck did not want to start this morning. Mine did, thankfully, but yeah, we got it started. It's just cold. Cold, cold, cold. Was it? Yeah, frozen shut. Oh, so one other thing I did want to mention to you guys is we have some new merch, and we have it in the store. I don't really have anything being made online, but we are offering to sell some of it online. So we've got these crew neck brown sweaters that have the Bell Farms logo here, and then it also has the big Bell Farms on the back. And we also have hoodies. So it is a very limited supply, but if you're interested, you can go online to our website, and then there's a link for the merch. Okay, we're gonna start shoveling potatoes now. We've been lollygagging all morning, and it's 9:20 and we haven't started yet. So Ray is outside with Dave, and they're still working on getting Dave's truck going. It started up this morning, and then it shut off. So, okay, so we're gonna head out back, and I'm gonna show you some yellow potatoes in the bin. All right, guys, it's cold back here. We are at 44 degrees, 45 degrees, so not too bad. It's definitely warmer in this storage building than it is in the big case van. It's like 38 in the case van, and it's cold. Okay, so I just showed you guys this pile when I was catching you up on the stuff that's been going on. So, not a whole lot left, but we think that we've got about 2 loads of size A potatoes in this pile, maybe a little more. Obviously, we're gonna have some bigger potatoes and little potatoes, which we are selling the little tiny baby potatoes. We're also selling the Bs, and chefs, there's not as much of a market for yellow chefs. Today, you're gonna watch me make up some 2-pound bags of the little baby potatoes. And those are going to a local grocery store in Freeport. So Bow Street is taking those, and it's a little time consuming to make because we're doing it by hand, but we're just working on streamlining that whole process, because right now it's me like picking the potatoes off the line, which you're gonna see this, I'm not even gonna explain it, but yeah. So, all right, I'm gonna go. It doesn't look like Shane's coming back. We will get a look at shoveling a little bit later. All right. Okay, guys, so we're over here at the hopper, and this hopper holds about 3 full buckets of potatoes. And the hopper is what feeds the line, and we can adjust the speed and how the potatoes are coming out. So there is a variable speed here, and we can adjust the placement here so that it will slow down or speed up to match what we need for our packing line. In the last video, I was talking a little bit about how we were shorthanded, and there were some comments about how we could just maybe slow everything down. But yes, we can do that, but we don't really like to slow everything down because it makes the process a lot longer. So there's a fine line between having the right speed and getting things done timely. And luckily, we can adjust the speed here, and then we can also adjust the speed down at the new tech as well. All right, guys, so as the potatoes come out of the hopper, they're gonna go off this lift conveyor into the polisher. And the polisher is like our potato washer. So I'm gonna show you guys how this thing works. It's dirty in here. All right, so you guys can see that this is rotating. So this whole drum of brushes is rotating around. Then there's also a belt here that is rotating the actual brushes themselves. So we're getting 2 movements here. The whole drum is rotating, and then the brushes are rotating. And how this works together to wash the potatoes is the potatoes are going to rub up against those brushes, and then the potatoes are going to rub up against each other, which also helps polish and remove some dirt from the potatoes. I'll show you guys the inside view from here. You can see the brushes. So there is also a spray bar in the center of this washer that is rinsing clean fresh water over the potatoes. So you can see the potatoes are kind of rolling over each other, also as the brushes are spinning and cleaning them as well. All right, the next piece of equipment we have in the line is the sponge table. So the potatoes come out of the polisher and they go over these little fingers and they hit this metal roller. Now this roller here, you guys can see this. So that is what we call a rock dinger, and it just lets us know when rocks are coming. We have Ainsley here, she's taking out junk and rocks. I'll be down there further doing that too, but it's a good notifier. So we've got the rock dinger, and then beyond the rock dinger, we have sponges. On the bottom side of the sponge table, there's like squeegees that get excess water off the sponges. So by the time the potatoes reach the end of the sponge table, they're not dripping anymore, and they're still wet, and we need them wet to go through the grater, but they're not dripping wet. Okay, so after the potatoes come out of the sponge table, they go up this lift elevator here into what we call the even flow, and then this is kind of the hopper for our new tech grater. All right, so the even flow is designed to hold the potatoes and evenly allow the potatoes to move into the new tech. So what happens is this will fill up and the belt slowly moves the potatoes forward so that they fall down at a nice even rate, and then they go through the grading machine here. Inside this cabinet here, there are two cameras and these blue rollers that will turn the potatoes. And the way that it grades and sizes the potatoes is the camera sees all sides of the potato as it's rolling, looks at it, decides how big it is, and that will dictate where we want to send it. So what we do is we write recipes for whatever we're bagging for that day. In this case, we have a recipe for New Yellow 2026. That's our yellow recipe we're using right now. Each time when we start a load, we will run the potatoes through, see how they're grading, and then we can make adjustments from there. Everything's a little bit dusty, but after the potatoes go through the cabinet with the cameras, the program tells them which outlet to send to. We dictate that when we write that recipe. And right now we have all of our number 1 size A potatoes coming out this outlet 1, and that's what Erica is grading to go into the bagger. We always have somebody here to do like the final check, just because all machines have a margin of error, and this one's a little bit older, so we are thinking about doing some upgrades with the camera so it's a little bit more accurate. But Erica is making sure she is catching anything that has a blemish before it goes into the bagging machine. All right, next potatoes, after they go over this rolling grading table, they're going to go into this lift elevator that takes them up into the bone pack machine. Now the bone pack is designed to pack into 5-pound poly. You can do paper. We really can do weights from 3 to 50 pounds on this. We use it for 5s, 10s, and 20s and 50s. But right now we're doing 5-pound poly. Bone pack machine will weigh and bag and close the potatoes. And they're going to go up this JMC elevator here. And this is the baler. And what this does is it takes 10 of those 5-pound bags and it puts them into one of these masters. So sometimes you'll hear us say 10 5s. We've got 10 5-pound bags in these. So it keeps count of the bags and then it will drop them. So once they drop, they go across this conveyor here. They're going to go through the sewer and then up this little conveyor Shane built, and then the guys can stack them. This lift conveyor has made it a lot easier. You don't have to bend over like you used to, so that's good. We also pre-sticker our masters. We have just found over the years it's easier just to get all the stickers on the bags and then we can just stack them and they can get wrapped instead of walking around and putting stickers on the pallets and then wrapping them. So a lot of times there's a lot of traffic through this main aisle here, just like that. So it's easier just to have the stickers on the bags ready to go. All right. Okay, guys, so that is an overview of how our line works. On this side, we've got tote bags that are catching those other sizes of potatoes. Sometimes we have this set up with baggers. That gives us the option to either put them in tote bags to store them, to bag them later, or sometimes we're putting them in tote bags to sell them directly into the tote bags. But that is going to be it for a little bit. I'm going to show you guys some footage from the day, and then I'll be back in a little while. All right, so that was pulling the air duct out of the pile, and you guys saw all those potatoes roll off of the top of that pile. And Ray's coming in to get another scoop. And I talked about it in the last video, we wet the potatoes down to keep the dust down, which you guys can tell in our packing house, there's dust everywhere, but we're dealing with dirty potatoes, you know, dry, dirty potatoes all the time. So there's always particulates floating around. We do cleaning often, but it probably doesn't look like it because we always have dust. That's what happens when you're shoveling and transporting potatoes across your packing house. If we had a separate area just to wash them in, or if we didn't have to travel across the packing house from this old bin, we'd be able to contain the dust a little bit better. So it's just not that easy to contain the dust. And ventilation, vac, filtration system, I don't think that would work. We would be cleaning those filters every single day. And then we spray them down to help them slide into that bucket a little bit easier. You know, this is a mechanical process, and there is going to be a minimal amount of mechanical damage from handling, you know, potatoes with machines. You're going to have that regardless, but the wetness helps them kind of roll in there and they don't skin as much. All right, I'm getting out of here. I'll see you guys in a little bit.
Come on, Bess. All right, so packing yellows today. Molly's off doing something, but it's lunchtime right now, and we had a little leak, so we're losing some of our little yellows on the floor there. So what's happening is this little piece of rubber here ripped off, and they're building up in there and rubbing there, so probably time to rewrap that whole roller, but we'll slap a new little piece on there. Finish up the day.
so the last thing I want to show you is the difference between the yellow potatoes and the white potatoes. So I just grabbed this one out of our number 2 bag. It has some damage on it, but that's not going to matter. And this is a pretty nice yellow chef. So the outside of the potatoes, they're both kind of yellowish. The Norwest potato is kind of in between a true white and a yellow. It's more of a creamy color, but the outside of the skin is just a little bit lighter than our yellow potato. When you go to cut into them, we'll cut the white first. And we're going to cut the yellow. So we have our Norwest and we have our yellow. Okay, looking at the inside flesh color of these potatoes, this is the yellow, and it is more of a true yellow, and then this is our Norwest potato, so that is the creamier, light colored flesh. In some places, they use a Norwest potato as a yellow. For us, this is our white, and Constance is our yellow. The other thing I wanted to tell you guys is how these potatoes fry, because a large portion of our customers are using our Norwest potato for French fries. This potato fries a lot better than a Constance yellow potato. You can still make French fries out of these and they taste great. They're really good for home fries, but the Norwest potato is a chipping variety. And Frito-Lay's used this back in the day when we first started growing it. Actually had a number instead of a name. They used this potato for making their potato chips. The farm has been growing Norwest potatoes since the 70s. I don't know the exact date, but it's been a long time. And the Constance potato, this is year number 2 on these. And we really like these. I think if we continue to grow yellows, we'll keep growing this one. It has really nice size. It has beautiful outside skin, and the internal flesh is a beautiful yellow. So all in all the sizes of the potatoes we can sell, everything is good. And we like this one. Okay. All right, guys. So I'm going to leave you there, and I will see you guys in the next one.
Yeah, Beth. You worked hard today, too, didn't you, Pop? You want to take the night off? Arr! 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 Arr!